Hi everyone, day 2 of this flipped learning thing. I hope everyone's doing well. I haven't heard from any of you yet, so if you do need help, please, please, please do not be afraid to reach out to either myself or Mrs. Duffy and let us know, okay? Trying to keep these short and to the point, trying not to overwhelm you with work, but we do have to keep moving and keeping those skills fresh, okay? So today, what you are doing is you should have done the quiz review. That should be super, super easy for you guys. It was a Google form. I'm gonna have you take a quiz, quote unquote, on Tuesday when I post your next set of materials. And again, it's gonna look just like the one we did today. So what will happen is you'll do the quiz review. I will post an answer key to those who do it. Um, Probably Monday, I'll give you that. I'm not gonna post any new work on Monday, but I'll give you the answer key on Monday. So if you got questions wrong, you'll see how to do them. And then on Tuesday, I will post more work for you guys. Again, very simple, probably 3 problem of the day questions, some Regents questions to keep you practicing. Um, I will post the quiz, which should hopefully take you no more than 10 minutes, if that, and then just some practice on everything we've been doing, and we'll take it from there, okay? So today you do the quiz review, you're gonna watch these notes and do a couple problems based on these notes, okay? So one of the last things we have to talk about in this unit is how to write equations in standard form. Now, we talked about before we left that standard form of a quadratic is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are just numbers. So you guys know a quadratic looks like this. This is just an example. 8x squared minus 5x plus 2. So before, we had done a huge unit on factoring and how to get our quadratic from something that looks like this to, we got it down to things that look like this, right? And then we practiced solving. So then we got into our T-chart unit where we solved. All right. Now we're going to go backwards and we're going to start at this and get us up to a quadratic, okay? And I'll show you what I mean by all this. So let me get rid of this and let's do an example together. So it says to write the equation of a graph that has the roots x equals 8 and x equals negative 6. So we know if it has those roots, it's crossing our graph when x is 8 and when x is negative 6. Our quadratic is going through those points. Okay, so we got something in our parentheses that when we did our T-chart, we got x equals 8 and x equals negative 6. Now, the nice thing here is you just do opposite signs. So if x equals 8, your parentheses will be x minus 8. And here, if it was x equals negative 6, your parentheses is x plus 6. Well, how does that make sense? Think about it. If you from here go to do your T-chart, we get x minus 8 equals 0, x equals 8, x plus 6 equals 0, minus 6, x equals negative 6, which are our roots that they told us we started with. So when they give you the roots, when they give you the x values, oh, of course that's work. Oh my goodness gracious. When they give you the x values, you just do the opposite signs. So we're going backwards. So if these are our parentheses, all I want you to do now is to box it out so that we get a quadratic. Because in standard form, we want something squared, then the x term, then the number. So we do our box, x minus 8 and x plus 6. And at this point, you guys should be pros at the box. X times x is x squared. X times negative 8 is negative 8x. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times negative 8, negative 48. Combine your like terms. So x squared minus 2x minus 48 equals 0. And that is how you get a quadratic based on the roots. All right, let's try another one together. Write the equation of the graph that has the roots x equals -2 and x equals 5 in standard form. All right, super easy. So I told you your signs are going to be opposite. So if it's x minus 2, the parentheses is x plus 2. If it's x equals 5, your parentheses is x minus 5. Because again, you don't have to, but if you do your parentheses and go to solve it, you get x equals -2. And x equals 5. But again, you don't have to solve it. I just want to show you where that's coming from. So let's get rid of that and just have our set of parentheses here. All right, and now to write it as a standard, a quadratic in standard form, just do the box. X plus 2, x minus 5, x squared, 2x, -5x, -10, and go across your diagonal and combine like terms. So our quadratic is x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0, because we always set quadratics equal to 0. Pretty easy, huh? We just have 1, 2, 3 more problems to do together, and then you're off on your own. All right, number 3, write an equation g of x that represents a graph with roots of, now we have fractions. X equals -8, I'm sorry, x equals 8/3, and x equals 4 in standard form. When we have fractions, that becomes a little bit trickier, but not too bad. You take the denominator, the number on the bottom, and swing it up. So 3x equals 8, and x equals 4. And now you just do the same thing with the signs. Well, if that's a positive 8, your one set of parentheses is 3x minus 8. Your other set of parentheses is x minus 4, just like you did up there. It's opposite signs. Oop, I don't know what that is. And let me show you, had I done my t-chart here, 3x minus 8 equals 0. We add the 8, add the 8, divide by 3. X equals 8/3, which is what they told you up there, one of the roots is. And here, this is a simple one, x equals 4. So you'd add the 4, add a 4, and x equals 4. Again, don't need to show me this. Get rid of it. I just want you to see where things are coming from. So now we do the box. X minus 4, 3x minus 8. Go ahead and box it. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times -4 is -12x. -8 times x, -8x. -8 times -4 is a positive 32. Combine your like terms. 3x squared minus 20x plus 32 equals 0. Hopefully this isn't too bad for you guys. We'll do another one. And then again, you're going to have a couple problems to do on this, and we'll practice it again next week. All right, write an equation in standard form that represents a graph that has the roots 3/5 and -1/2. All right, so those are the roots. That means that's where x equals them. So we just wrote this in a different way, but that's okay. We know that. All right, so you swing the denominators up. 5x equals 3. You swing the denominator up. 2x equals -1. And now you switch your signs. 5x minus 3, 2x plus 1. Go ahead and do your box. All right, 5x minus 3. So we get 10x squared, 5x, -6x, -3. So my equation becomes 10x squared minus 1x minus 3 is 0. So again, with the fractions, the only thing that's different about them is you swing the denominators up, but then you still switch the sign. So if it was a positive 3, then we made it negative 3. If it was a positive, negative 1, it became a positive 1. All right, and last one here. Write an equation for the function h of x shown below. Okay, so this is tricky because they didn't give us the roots. Well, who cares? We can look at the graph and figure it out. X equals 1 is a root. X equals negative 3 is a root. Remember, think about the roots like where things come out of the ground, on like outside. They come from the ground. The roots are coming from the ground. All right, then you make your set of parentheses. If it's a positive 1, you make it negative 1. If it's a negative 3, you make it a positive 3. And then we go ahead and do our box. Okay, x times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative 1x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. And what's cool about this one is you can put this in your calculator and see, does it cross when x is 1 and x is negative 3? And in fact, you could do that for all of them. We could put them in our calculator and see, oh, when I have this quadratic, will it cross when x is 8 and x is negative 6? Awesome job, guys. I'm trying to keep these videos between 10, 15 minutes long. I know you don't want to listen to me talk for more than that. Feel free to pause it and go back and watch anything that you need to rewatch. I know I did that a little quickly. I will be posting an answer key to the homework once everyone does it. As for the first homework, I'm just kind of providing you personal feedback on that one. You guys are doing awesome with it. I thought it was pretty straightforward. So that one, I don't really feel like I need to post an answer key. I'll just give each of you individual feedback. But this one, I think you'll maybe need to see a little bit of my work. So I will post an answer key with that, okay? All right, I hope to see and talk to you soon. Feel free to Google Meet me or Google Hangout with me. It's nice to see, even say hi and check in with you guys. All right, miss you all. We'll talk soon.